I was brought up in a very Catholic family, a very good family, happy family. And I was involved in the youth St Vincent de Paul, which my father had set up in the parish. So I was very heavily influenced by my father in terms of that the gospel is something that has to be put into practice. Faith is something that is supposed to be lived. And he certainly did that and encouraged me to do that. And I remember I left school and I was an apprentice chartered accountant with a accountancy firm in St Vincent Street in Glasgow, Smith and Williamson they were called. And I remember once I was asked to go and show a property which we were selling, and anyway it was in the West End of Glasgow, and the person who was interested in buying was a certain Miss O'Neill, who was very nice, lovely, very attractive, very smart, obviously very wealthy, with her friend, and so they wanted to see everything. So I was taking them around and showing them things, and she was asking a bit about the law of this and that. So I was trying to explain, and then she said, "I would like to see the top story of these flats." There were like three floors. She said, "I want to see if there's anything coming in from the roof, like rain or anything damage." So we went up and we knocked the door, and the door was opened by this man who was quite elderly, and he looked at me and he said, "Son, I'm so glad you've come. You're the first person I've spoken to in 2 weeks." And I was kind of quite taken aback. At that age you don't think that people could spend 2 weeks on their own without any sort of contact with others. And as we went in, Miss O'Neill is wanting to ask and see certain things, so she was kind of wanting my attention. And then this man, he was just wanting to talk about the things in his life and the difficulties he had. And I felt myself being torn between the two. And at a certain point I just kind of decided, no, I will focus on this old man because he's got the most need. And for me that was a kind of trigger event in a way to say, well, what do you want to do with your life? Do you want to be an accountant and earn lots of money and all that kind of stuff? Or do you want to kind of spend your life being with people like this man? And I think for me then at that moment it was kind of crystallised things that were going on in my soul and in my mind. And I thought, no, I don't know what it is exactly I want to do, but I want to kind of be for people. Then eventually I thought, well, maybe I should become a priest. So I entered seminary, did all my training, philosophy, theology and so on. And then at a certain point, just before my ordination to the priesthood, I kind of thought, wait a minute, I'm not sure. So I came out and I worked then. I lived in the West End of Glasgow and I worked setting up projects for young people in the northeast of Glasgow, so like Easterhouse, Gathamlock, Crocasey, Cranhill, all that kind of whole area. And then I thought, well, I better kind of figure out, because by this time I was already a deacon, so I thought I better clarify this. So that's why I then went to Africa for a year to kind of discover, should I become a priest or should I just, be laicized as a deacon and then go and get married. And it was while I was there that I went to Africa really to find what the will of God was for me. And when I was there, I just enjoyed being with the people. And I thought, this is what I want to do. I think God never wants to put us on a treadmill. Life should not be a treadmill, particularly the spiritual life. It's supposed to make us happier and fulfilled. And I felt happy and fulfilled in being with these people, and I felt called by them to kind of serve them. So that's how really my vocation, I think, was clarified and kind of hopefully was realised.